Well, we right here. It's like perfect timing. It's like he knew that we was about to talk about this guy. Like he knew. He know the docket or something. Like how you know? Well, I mean, some people would say, "Oh my Josh," talking about the plays. But if you in the FJA group, you like, "Oh my Josh." I try to tell y'all, that's y'all man, right? That's y'all man. So after getting pummeled by the Ravens, Josh Allen and his crew had to go down. I mean, whoa, whoa, whoa. Some would say the elite Josh Allen teams. They're not. No, no. What did the voice say? Carl, you can help me out with this one.
Oh, he's nah. Okay, so let me tell that real quick. So the backstory of that was I posted a picture about GM like front offices and where they were ranked, and he was like the
Oh,
Bills shouldn't be that high, and I'm
oh, yeah.
like the Bills are a good organization. He said they're built terribly. I said how? They're not built terribly. They got a really good defense. They're really top. They're normally top in defenses, and they normally build well through the draft. He said they're constructed terribly. So after me saying like Christian Brentford, he's a 6th round pick out of who started. You got guys like what's his name? Dane Jackson, who was a late round pick, who was on that defense. They picked up guys like Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. They built really good. He wasn't hearing that, so I tried to bring up the stats because I mean, what else am I going? If you're not hearing me talking about player positions, where else can I go? So I bring up the stats of where they were currently. Oh, another stat watcher. But never once did I say that the Bills are an elite team. And then he decides to come in the chat. Well, the Bills look very elite today, but that quarterback that a lot of people, including myself, called elite didn't. But go ahead, that was the backstory.
Okay, so with that being said, they thought it was a good idea to say let's remove a number one wide receiver from this team, and let's see what Josh Allen can do when he
And
spreads
number
the
two,
wealth.
and
Oh
number
yeah,
two.
because Gabe left too. Gabe left
Mm-hmm.
too. I think they should have kept Gabe because Gabe don't like. I don't think Gabe like what's going on down in Jacksonville right now. But
Yeah, he was
they,
bad.
yeah, they left. They lost both of those guys. And when we were doing our team segments, I told you, Joe, that one team was going to take this personal. I didn't think. I'm looking at. I see Steph. I thought Steph was going to do some Jamar Chase type stuff, but he didn't. But the team looked out. Nico got something. Nico got a touchdown for him. He said, "I'm gonna do that for you, and then I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna do this injury thing for you. Hopefully, he's all good." And then I'm gonna let you ball out the rest of the game because hopefully it could be a shootout. However, we didn't know that it was gonna take 30 attempts for one guy to be like, "I'm having a bad day." So I'm gonna let you start this one off, Joe. The final
Oh,
score with the Texans and the Bills game was 23-20. But if you look at this score, it doesn't really tell the story about the game. Joe, can you please explain to me what or why, what, where, who, when? I don't know the main reason why the Bills lost to the Texans. I'm listening.
Josh Allen.
Okay.
Josh Allen, main reason. But the score does tell the game, though. I felt like Texas got out to quick 17 points, right? And then got shut down the second half, and the Bills rallied back, and they got into red zone field goal range, and then I got a penalty. Somehow stuff happened. They couldn't score, set up for a field goal, and then the end of the game. First of all, I heard people say like, "Oh, maybe it's." I get it. You know what I mean? You already receiving core already not great. We get that, right? Okay. But then they also had a receiver hurt. I forgot who it was.
Khalil Shakur.
Yeah, Shakur was hurt, so he didn't play. So we get all that. And the Texans, really good secondary. So I give you that. But like my boy Carl always says, Lamar Jackson been here, done that before. And nobody gave Lamar Jackson a pass. And then I heard people say, at least Mahomes got Kelsey. But that wasn't the talk with Lamar Jackson. But I'm gonna let Carl do that part. I know Carl gonna get there. But at the end of the game, we could bring the super chat up.
Okay.
All right. Shout out to Tyrone Parker, TYP, co-host of In the Red Corner. 199 super chat. Take a pic, make a flick, 41-10. Hashtag no decap. You are decapping, for real. Even Carl looking at you like, come on, bro. Don't disrespect.
That's not what I'm looking at.
Huh?
That's not what I'm looking at. Y'all know college football is on right now, so I have the side peek and watch TV.
So at the end of the game, what happened? Oh yeah, let me say this. Some people said that Josh Allen is being overly protective with the ball. He's not putting ball in harm's way. I saw like 4 picks get dropped that game. Like I'm watching that game, it was like 3 in a row. I was like, dang, Josh Allen, chill. God. And they didn't catch it, so they show up in the stat sheet. But at the end of the game, though, what are they doing? They get the ball pinned down their own, 2 1 yard, 3 yard line with the Texans with 2 timeouts. So if you punt this ball, you're going to put them midfield most likely, right? But what you do, you throw 3 straight bombs? What are y'all doing? Run the ball. Out on first down, run the ball. Force the Texans to use a timeout. On second down, you try to get a pass off. It don't work. Third down, guess what? Run the ball and make them burn the third timeout. You punt it, game over for real. They can't get a playoff. But no, I don't know what they doing right there. Oh, just go to overtime. Y'all defense did a great job this whole second half. Trust the defense and go into overtime. But yet they put the ball in who hands? Josh Allen. Now it was nobody open. I give them that. You know what I mean? But come on, man. That was a dumb decision to try to throw the ball 3 times in that situation. So I'm going to put on Josh Allen because I don't care how bad your receivers are. Nobody in the history of the NFL has thrown the ball 30 times and had a lower percentage than Josh Allen did that game. All right? So there's no excuses. So, yeah, definitely it's Josh Allen's fault.
Go ahead, Carl.
It was on me?
Go ahead, man.
As y'all know, I am co-president of a certain group, but that has nothing to do with this answer. Anybody else would have went 9 for 30.
Come on now.
They would have got held to the fire. They'd have been slandered. There'd have been multiple, whatever you want to call it. They would have got killed. But protect Josh Allen like they're protecting Josh Allen like they said. I wish I could go into the chat and be like, Lamar went 9 for 30 for 130 yards and a touchdown because he missed Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is out. Get killed. Everybody would be like, see, there you go, making excuses for your boy. You can never hold your boy accountable. But when Josh Allen do it is, oh, look at this, look at that. Look. Lamar been doing it for 7 years, bro. Y'all complain about 2 games? That's what we doing? Nobody said nothing when we had Willie Snead and John Brown. Y'all remember them? Probably not. Nobody said nothing when we had an old Michael Crabtree. Y'all remember that? Mark Andrews.
Hey, he a Turk, man.
Michael Crabtree is not a Turk.
No, I'm thinking about the wrong person. Go ahead, you right.
He's a Texas Tech Red Raider,
I'm
brother.
somebody else now.
Never forget what Michael Crabtree did against Texas.
You know what Turk I'm thinking about, but go ahead. Nah.
Oh, what, Darius Hayward-Bay or Torrey Smith?
Torrey Smith. There we go.
That was before Lamar.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Lamar would have did any of that what Josh Allen did, I would get killed. But nonetheless, it's on Josh Allen. It's for sure on Josh Allen. 9 for 30, 130, a touchdown. And y'all can blame Khalil Shakur being out all you want. But against the Ravens, the stat line was pretty similar. Only 3 points in the first half. Only 3 points in the first half against the Ravens. 1 touchdown in the second half to start the second half against the Ravens, which, I mean, y'all see what the Ravens do in the second half. We love that. We just can't have a blowout win. Now, granted, we ended up forcing a fumble from Josh Allen because, Josh Allen turnovers. And we took that score and made it a blowout. But looking like we was ready to let them back in the game. These past 2 weeks against better competition, Josh Allen has not shown up. Now, that's just so far. I've given Josh Allen his credit the first 3 games. But let's talk about it. The first game he bought, Kyler Murray against the Cardinals and Kyler Murray, he started off slow, brought him back. But I always tell y'all, Kyler Murray missed a wide open Marvin Harrison Jr. from the rip that would have possibly won them that game. Second game, Josh Allen didn't have to do much. Defense forced 3 turnovers. And James Cook did a really good job on the ground. Josh Allen did not have to do much. Then the last game, absolutely amazing performance in the first half. 4 touchdown passes to 4 different players. Amazing. You know what wasn't brought up in those 3 games? His receiving core. You want to know what the narrative was? It looks like it's addition through subtraction. It looks like getting rid of Diggs and Gabe Davis, not having a number 1 receiver, being a diva in your ears, looking like it has raised Josh Allen's game. And now that his game has not been up to par, now we're all of a sudden taking a U-turn and blaming the receiving core. How does that work? Somebody explain to me how that works. And please, let my quarterback have some of that privilege. Just a little bit, please. But nonetheless, am I going to blame James Cook? No. He had a pretty good day on the ground. Am I going to blame that defense? No. They gave up 17 points, but they gave up 3 points until the final field goal in that second half. So I'm not going to blame the defense. The defense, by the way, that's so bad. You know what I'm saying? Not going to blame the defense. It has to be on Josh Allen. If y'all going to give him the praise for winning these games, despite the receiving core, that you have to do the same and give him the blame when he does not perform to the standard he has set for himself and he needs to perform to. You have to give him the blame. You can't then blame everybody outside of Josh Allen, because where do we have the consistency?
Show you where the consistency is at. It's going to be with Josh Allen. Remember that GM that came out and said, I think he's overrated? I'm not going to say this one game or these 2 games is probably why he said it, but this is what he was alluding to. Because look, Josh Allen was 18? He 18 for 15 with the Bills without Stephon Diggs, and that's a winning record. They're like, okay. And then, of course, he only played 1 playoff game without him. So, of course, his record going to be 0-1 because he lost a playoff game. Some people think he don't do those. But that's neither here nor there. Because, Carl, I'm with you. Imagine what that chat would have looked like if Dak went 9 for 30.
Man.
And watch the team do what they did. I don't even think the Dallas defense would have been good enough to hold them to come back for that to be 23-20. So that would have been like 46-6. Matter of fact, we have a Packers game that we can say. Imagine if Dak would have went 9 for 30 and you already know how that game ended. Packers put up 60. They're not letting it rock like that. They're going to be like, see, this is what I told y'all. It's Dakota Prescott. But anyway, it's not about us talking about the other quarterbacks. I'm going to blame Josh Allen for the loss because of exactly what you said. Those first 3 weeks, we came on here and we had the conversation about it. They said who was the early MVP front runner, and I was right there with the crew. I'm like, Josh Allen balling right now. He protecting the football. He finding ways to win these games with this wide receiver core. His defense is stepping up. And shout out to the offensive coordinator because he was finding ways to get the ball to Cook because he was out there doing his thing. I'm upset that he waited till this game to say, all right, let's put it back in Josh Allen's hands, because you clearly seen that this wasn't his day. So why would you wait till this moment in the game to say, go be a superhero, i.e. what we've always been saying about the Bills and Josh Allen all the time. It's like they keep trying to make him Superman when it's moments like this where it's just like sometimes he doesn't have to be Superman, but y'all want to make him Superman and then you go lose the game and now you want to be like, well, it's not all his fault. It is, because you know he's not supposed to do that. Like, he's having an off day. But neither here nor there. Another reason why I want to say technically I want to give it to the Texans, reason why the Bills lost, because they gave them the game. You don't start off that hot and then just let the defense lock you down like that. Like, they just had a cold front out of nowhere at home when you were doing your thing. So there's another thing you got to look at too, is like, and I was watching most of this game and I seen Stephon Diggs. I mean, he wasn't even looking like himself a little bit. So it was kind of like, did the Bills do the right thing? But the Texans are winning, so we can't really go back and say too much because he's not looking that spectacular down there either. I mean, he's having his moments, but I would say early in the season, him and Josh Allen had better games than this. And I will say this, if the shoe was on the other foot, let's say Diggs was there, I do think the Bills find a way to win this game because Josh Allen would have forced it to him in one of those deep balls, and it's in Texas. It's not cold, so Diggs would have made the play. But this is just what you're going to get.
Can you pull up Javon comments? Because this is all I'm gonna say. He is asking us to blame the coach. When the question, does it say who gets all the blame, or does it say the main reason why the Bills lost to the Texans? Just want to point that out.
Yeah, like
the main reason. Mm-hmm. That little intro part is a part, correct. But the question states the main reason. And let's not forget, in the AFC Championship game with Lamar, I gave him a lot of the blame. Did anybody bring up the fact we only ran the ball 6 times, or did everybody just say Lamar choked? Oh, okay. Just asking. Nobody was defending Lamar like this. This is what I'm be talking about.
I mean, in the main media, people did defend Lamar. I will say.
No,
that.
I'm talking about the comments.
Oh, Javon, no, yeah. All right, look.
That's what I be talking about right here. Perfect example.
The Texans. Nico Collins, their best receiver. Sorry.
Unfortunately.
And he get hurt. It stalled out.
I
gotta bring up CJ Stroud. I'm sorry, you my dog. But three straight possessions, he was bad. Number 1, he threw an interception. Number 2, what was he do? He did something. I forgot what he did the other one. Number 3, he had a bad intentional ground there that put him out of field goal range. He almost lost in the game. 3 straight possessions. He got saved by the terrible play calling by the Buffalo Bills. Now look, I y'all got shut up, Jay. Stuff.
That has nothing to do with this, by the way.
No. I got you. Now let me focus on what Javon's talking about. He's right. The offensive coordinator, Joe Brady. We gave you a lot of credit for what you did when you switched up the offensive ways of the Buffalo Bills. Run the ball. Now, you ran the ball with Cooks 20 times, you had like 80-something yards, cool. But in that moment, like Javon said, if my quarterback is 9 for 27 for the game, pinned down on my own 2, 1, 3 yard line, why are you throwing the ball 3 straight times when the game is tied? Run the ball. Just go to overtime. When your defense literally shut them out the whole game for 3 points.
Yeah, Joe, I said, is he correct in sharing some
No,
of
no,
the
no.
blame? I said correct.
I'm not. It's not to you. This is me talking. Period.
Oh, okay.
All right. So Joe Reddy need to hold some of this too, because that was a dumb situation right there. I'm sorry, it really was. And Sean McDermott, he had a cover up him in the press conference. How we think about it? It's on me. It's on me. It kind of is on you because you can hear every play call. You know what I mean? The head coach can always step in and say, "Yo, just run the ball." But the Texans, man, they are squeezing out these victories, y'all. But for some reason, I am not super impressed by the Texans.
Like, hey, they should have possibly lost to Jacksonville. I watched that game.
They should have lost. Carl, almost
majority of
every
the
game
games they should have lost.
The Bears, if Caleb Williams was better, they probably lost that game. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they won that game. Every game they won for the Colts game 1. Every game they played, now don't get me wrong, those are good signs too. So this could mean they are playing literally championship football. Because championship football, look at the Chiefs. A lot of close games, but they squeeze out these victories. That's what champions do. So this could be championship football, or this could be, man, they ain't that good. So we're gonna find, and they had a tough schedule also. I will give them that.
I'm gonna let you have that comment because I can't roll with that one. Because last year when a certain team was squeezing out wins, I was like, they not that good.
Who?
The Eagles. They was doing the same thing when they went 10-1. So I'm gonna let you have that one because I was on the other side of like,
when they win, they ain't look as bad as Philly, bro. I'm sorry, Philly. They look bad.
Some of these games remind me of that run because they 4-1 right now. It was
but
a couple of
CJ
games.
Good,
I'm like, they weren't supposed to win that.
CJ actually looks good. He does look good. But
looking good in some of those games too, Joe.
Like the Colts game, that was a defense. And then the Bears game, CJ Woods let off that game. Ain't gonna lie. Like, you're right. You're probably right, Tomo. You're probably right.
No, I'm like, they looking a little Eagle-ish. I don't know.
Thankfully for them, the whole division is looking bad, so they straight.
That's the plus on their side.
Yeah, the Jags, they got 2 London games back to back. You know how they are in London.
Yeah, that's Super Bowl weekend for them.
That's 2 wins.
And I want to say this though. I just want to address it, Jamal. If they do go to overtime and Josh Allen wins, we still gonna talk about his performance.
Yeah, they just gonna win in spite of Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Like they ain't gonna have from that performance.
Just like if you know,
Like said,
but you can do that with almost anything. If something goes the opposite way, we have a different convo. But that's not how it ended up going.
Hey, like if Jalen
somebody killed the coach if he complete one of them bombs, they like, oh, great play call.
Oh, they would have had a field day if he completed one of them bombs.
Who?
Now, Josh Allen.
You know that. Come on. I
would give it
like that. Hey, that's what you gotta do. Sometimes you be looking bad. You gotta make one play. I would have came and said something too.
So, that's right. Because I'm watching. What's the name? I'm watching.
Hold on. Sorry, Tomo. One of those bombs was on the money. That should have been caught. But go ahead, Tomo.
I was just saying, I'm watching First Take, and I'm not First Take. I'm watching Get Up, and I see Dan Orlowski saying what that Philly media guy said about Jaden Daniels in the Bengals game. He was just like, I mean, if the wide receiver didn't catch the ball, he had a lucky night. I'm like, wait.
So
if Josh would have won that, if Josh would have won that Texans game, you'd have been on him like, I told you, he's the best quarterback in the league. I'm like, see, this is what I'm be talking about.
And Daniel Orlowski, to my son, my man had an MVP conversation, but Geno Smith is, man, get out of here, man. With that.
Wow.
To my son, I think he lost Detroit. He almost had 500 yards. He threw the ball 58 times and had 29 points.
Trust me, Chris, I already brought that up.
Empty calories.
We ain't gonna talk about empty calories. I don't like
he
that.
He be hating on y'all.
I understand though. He played for Detroit, so I understand. Yeah, I understand. If anybody that played for Detroit don't like the Cowboys, I understand. I understand it. I would hate the Cowboys too, and I like the Lions. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, that's what I said. I already brought that up.
Like everybody on the same.
But so we're gonna make this next topic some quick